Hey everyone, it's October 13th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with Canadian murderer Evelyn Dick, known for killing and mutilating her husband and infant son in the 1940s until she was pardoned in the 1980s. And that is her right over there. Born in 1920 near Niagara Falls, Dick's family moved to Hamilton, Ontario when she was 1. Her alcoholic father worked as a streetcar conductor, which combined with her mother's volatile temperament to cause a chaotic home life for Dick. She didn't have many friends, and her parents thought she was too frail to go out and play, so they kept her home. Her father had moved on to an office position by the time she was a teen, and he began embezzling funds from work, giving large amounts of it to his daughter. As a young woman, she began hobnobbing with the wealthy set in town, throwing parties and buying her way into high society. Being considered quite beautiful, older men took an interest in her, taking her on frequent trips and lavishing her with gifts. When she was 22, she had a daughter, and since an unwed mother was cause for a scandal in 1942, she claimed to be married to a man who was overseas in the war, but no such man ever existed. The next summer, she suffered a stillbirth, and in 1944 had a son. The fathers of these children were never revealed. If she even knew who they were, she probably needed to call Maury. But in 1945, she seemed to achieve some stability when she married John Dick, shocking her parents who had never even heard of the man. An older man, he was a streetcar conductor like her father once was, so perhaps she was fulfilling some issues surrounding her upbringing. The next year, a group of children discovered what they thought was a dead pig that had its head chopped off. When they told some adults, it was discovered to be the torso of a man who was missing his arms, legs, and head. After some work, the police identified the man as Evelyn's husband, John Dick. Their marriage had fallen apart rather quickly when she discovered he wasn't as wealthy as she thought, and Mr. Dick threatened to reveal her family's embezzlement. She had been carrying on affairs throughout their brief nuptials, taking up with an old boyfriend just weeks after her wedding. When police interviewed her, she claimed that an Italian hitman had come to their door looking for her husband, saying that her husband had been sleeping with his wife and that he was going to fix him. But detectives soon learned that when her husband went missing, Dick borrowed a car from a friend that she returned with blood-stained seats. She claimed her daughter had cut herself, but investigators tested the blood and it matched that of her husband. They found a trunk in her attic filled with cement encasing the remains of her young son, and she changed her story to say that a lover had killed the baby and her husband. When bloody evidence was found in the basement of her father's home, Dick, her parents, and her lover were all charged with the murder of John Dick. After her mother agreed to testify for the Crown in exchange for immunity, Dick was convicted and sentenced to hang. Her lover was cleared, and her father was sentenced to 5 years in prison for his embezzlement scheme. A successful appeal overturned her death sentence, but she was then tried for the murder of her son, for which she was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to life in prison. After serving 11 years, she was paroled in 1958 and disappeared, but received a formal pardon in 1985 and remained out of the public eye and would be over 100 years old if she is still alive to this day. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so I can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Evelyn Dick, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.